parents. So last week I sent home a seemingly overwhelming packet of homework. I am sorry for that. My intention was to take away some of the stress of homework by just giving you a bunch of different options so that you can choose what to do with your child at home for the next month. But it's a lot. So I apologize for anybody feeling overwhelmed. So I thought I'd do a quick rundown of maybe some ideas for what you could do with all of that information, and also a quick lesson on how to pronounce those different sounds. Should have done that ahead of time. So, homework is optional. As the parent, you know your kids best. You get to decide how frequently you do homework with them, if you do homework with them, when you do homework with them. I don't have any expectations. So if you do choose to do homework, I would recommend choosing one of the sounds to work with. Find that word list and pick a few words, maybe 10 words from that list for your child to read. And then choose another 5 or 6 words if you want them to spell it. Now, when you do spelling with them, it's really important that you say the word. You have them say it back to you. Then they tap out the sounds that they hear, and then they write it down. So I'm going to model that really quickly with my student, Molly. So if I was working on vowel consonant E with an I, and the word was bike. Okay, I would say bike, and your child would say
bike.
We would tap out the sounds bike, bike, and then your child would go ahead and write it B-I-K-E. If that's too complicated, don't worry about spelling at home. Just have them read the words. And then with the passages, so say you decide to do 5 spelling words and then choose the reading passage that has the same sound focus in it. So if I am having my child read the shark passage, which has a lot of AR words in it, I might choose the word list of AR words to have them read or spell. So, and then once you choose what sound you're going to focus on that one sound for a few days or even an entire week, and then move on to the next sound. All of these sounds are review. Your children know them. They might not have mastered them yet, but they do know them. So whatever you decide to do at home is not going to harm their progress. You're doing a great job. So let's just take a quick look at some of the sounds that I sent home. So the first sound in the group of R control sounds. So in these words, R makes the vowel say a unexpected sound. So the first one is AR. AR says R as in car. So this is why when we're doing our sounds, I'll just throw in a little tidbit. When we do our sound deck and we get to the letter R by itself says ruh. We kind of sound like little puppy dogs going ruh, ruh. When we have these vowel, and the reason that we do that is because when we get to these vowel control sounds, the kids need to know that there's a vowel in front of the R. So AR, car, R. Then we have OR, as in fort, or. So OR, fort, or. And then we have ER, fern. So AR, car, R. OR, fort, or. ER, fern, Okay, so that's one grouping of sounds that we are working on. So the next sound, and I'm sure these aren't in any order. We have learned WH. WH says w, as in whale. WH will come at the beginning of a word. And so if your child is spelling and they write just W, you could ask them, what's another way that we can spell w? And you can kind of emphasize the at the end of it, like why, or when. So if they're struggling with that, you can always emphasize the sound a little bit for them. And just ask them what the other way to spell what is. Then we have all of the vowel consonant E sounds. So we have A consonant E, as in cake. Right? So in those passages, I may have written VCE, vowel consonant E, because I think some of the passages have more than just one vowel. But the E is silent. Cross it out. The vowel is long. It says its name. So if your child is reading a word and they're saying cack, you can remind them, oh, there's a magic E at the end. The E is silent. We don't say it. The vowel is long. It says its name. So, you have cake, you have pipe, moat, right? When we're reading, we just kind of automatically get that this is a long vowel and that we don't say the E, but your child might need a reminder. The only vowel consonant E that can be a little bit extra challenging is U, because U consonant E can make two different sounds. U consonant E can make the oo sound, like in the word rule, or it can make the U sound, like in the word mule. And unfortunately, there's not really a special trick for that. Sometimes it's oo, sometimes it's U. And then I believe the last sound, and if I'm wrong, let me know and I will make another video. The last two sounds that we've learned it's OW, and OW makes two different sounds. My handwriting is terrible tonight. So OW, snow, O, and OW, plow, ow. So this is our most recent addition to our sound deck. So if you are feeling uncomfortable, I would save this one for last. Work on all the other sounds first and then come to this. So again, the kids kind of have to figure out when does it say O and when does it say ow. But usually as they're reading, especially if they're reading a passage, they're able to pick up on those context clues and figure it out. I actually think I might have added a list that has Y, as in cry. So when we hear the I sound at the end of a word, we don't use the letter I, we use the letter Y instead. So I hope that this is helpful. Please don't feel overwhelmed. And if you do, please let me know. You all are doing a fantastic job. I'm very lucky to get to teach your kids. So I appreciate all the feedback. And like I said, pick one sound to focus on for a few days or an entire week, depending on what your kiddo needs. And if you don't get to it, it's okay. You are doing an awesome job. So thank you. Let me know if this is helpful, and I will see you tomorrow at school.